All right, it's time to begin our optical illusion painting as inspired by Victor Vasarely. I am showing you three objects which sort of begin to illustrate my point, which is that the way that lines are drawn, the way that lines are angled, can communicate space. Now, what I mean by that is that we can see on the espresso pot that, okay, there are 4 individual spaces. We can also see that it's wider at the top than at the bottom. Okay, and so what happens is that we don't lose any of the spaces. We don't change the number. The width changes. Okay, we can also see this on the vegetable oil bottle. We have the same number of lines. The neck of the bottle is thinner at the top, and then as it gets wider, the stripes just get wider. So, okay, just noticing that the angles change. On this small jar, that's more like a cylinder, it's just like straight up and down on the sides. The pattern doesn't really change. So, anyways, understanding that by changing the angle of lines, that changes the appearance of like dimensionality. Understanding that and being able to use that is, something I'd like for y'all to have in your toolkit. So we are going to start on a painting adventure, which I am very excited about. So what we're going to do is to, first of all, begin by finding, somewhere about the middle of the canvas. So I am using an 18-inch ruler. I am doing my best to, angle this directly between the two corners. I'm just going to draw a small line in the middle. What I'm doing, and I'm going to also do the same thing on the other side. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to find the center of the canvas, which you can do with two diagonal lines. Okay, so for this line, I really just need a little baby mark because where they intersect, this is the center of the canvas, for my purposes. Okay, once you have this, mark placed, if you want to, you can erase this line. I might go ahead and do that just to make my work tidy. Okay, so we're going to use a compass. These are the ones that we have at school. This is the center of the compass, and so it's important that you have this sort of mark, an exact dot, a small dot, where this is going to stay. So, what you're going to do is to, I would just place one finger here. Make sure this finger does not move. It stays there the whole time. It's pretty strong. And what we're going to do is, just select a space for your pencil to be. You need a really sharp pencil or a mechanical pencil for this. I am using somewhere between 6 and 7 on this thing. So, you can gauge your circle from that. Okay, so this is the size that I have. So now, okay, I just have a circle, I have a dot, I have a rectangular canvas. Okay, so now how am I gonna make magic happen? We actually need to use our math skills. And what I want is for us to be aware of the size of our canvases. So these are 16 inches by 12 inches. So what I'm actually going to ask for you all to do is to line your ruler up on the edge and make a mark at every inch along all sides. So it's not just, wait, hang on. So even though I've done it on that side, I'm also going to do it on this side. And the reason for that is because I want my lines to be level. So I need to have a place for them to be anchored. So even though this might seem like an unnecessary step, it does really make a difference in like the overall quality of your work. You just really want your lines to be, okay, totally even. Okay, we're gonna do the same things on the other side. So, as always, as I'm narrating, feel free to pause the video as you need, or, whatever that means to you. Okay, go at your own pace. Okay, I'm gonna finish by making my marks on the other side. I forgot to say this, but if you're like looking about where exactly to draw your lines, it's going to be the longest line next to the number, or in between the numbers in this case. All right, so this is important. I'm setting up the background, which is a crucial part in communicating the optical illusion. What I'm doing is I am connecting the dots between the tick marks that I have just drawn on the side. But what we're going to see now is that I'm not going to draw within the circle. Don't draw a line within the circle yet. So as you are creating your background, you're just connecting the dots and not drawing within the circle. This will make sense later. Oops. All right, so I made a mistake there and my ruler moved a little bit. I don't always go back and fix these things, but I am gonna fix it this time. So just be careful that your lines are totally level. And I'm even gonna take the time to erase, which I don't always do that. Anyways, you want this to be really neat. And the reason for that is because this is the framework that you're gonna use for your painting in the future. And you know what I've found in my years of experience is that the better job you do every step of the way, the better you will do every further step of the way. So, you just want to set yourself up for success. All right, so my lines are all level. That looks good. So now I'm going to do the same thing, going vertically. Connect the dots. And we want to have something that looks like a nice square grid. My table is a little crowded, so I'm moving slowly. Again, once you come to the circle, just be sure to skip the line. Also, if you make a mistake and you forget, that's why we have erasers, and that's also why it's the bottom of the canvas, so we're gonna have plenty of opportunity to paint over it, so don't stress. Oh, there we go. I just did the totally opposite thing I was supposed to do. So, okay, don't stress if you mess up. All right, at this point, when you're finished with your ruler, make sure that the grid of the back is squares. Okay, it's even, it's level, it's neat, not confused about any number of lines. All right, and then, also pause the video if you need to fix something. What we need to do now is to use our mathematical, like logic and reasoning skills, and we're gonna actually look at how to make these straight lines, kind of like what we saw on the vegetable oil bottle. How do we make these straight lines, ones that are closer together, expand proportionally? So let us use our counting skills. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines within this space, which actually that's very convenient because it's easier to find the center with an odd number. All right, let's go ahead and take our rulers and make a light line in the middle on both this horizontal and vertical space. And now what we have is boom, 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 1, 2, 3 spaces, okay, on either side. What we need to do is to gradually curve them so that they transition basically from being more curved to gradually less curved. And then, okay, this is the middle point where they're straight. After they depart from this place, they're going to gradually curve more towards, okay, this bend. So let's go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to place some guidelines just because I kind of like to do that. I need 3 of these. And okay, we're going to say the ones in the middle are going to be a little bit farther apart. These are going to be the widest ones. It just like communicates like, ooh, this is a little bit of a stretched out space. Okay, as things get farther away from the center, they get a little closer together. So I need 1. I think I'm gonna actually make that a little, well, I gotta think about it. I'm gonna make it wider. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's give it a try. We want to sort of replicate the same proportions on each side. If you want to think about this, it's basically like you have Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear, and then this golden halo around the edge. We've got some, big space, medium space, small space, and then a little room for whatever else you need. Okay, let me fix that. There we go. So this is great. We have a nice proportion set up. We've got large, medium, small, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Baby Bear, good deal. And what I'm going to do now is to use my drawing prowess, and I'm going to connect from here to drawing a curved line through this point, and I'm going to connect it down to this line. All right, I'm going to do this the best that I can, and just try to be aware of where your line is passing through. If it's not perfect, you can adjust it. Okay, but what we have is a curve that is changing according to its environment. All right, just drawing through those middle lines. All right. I'm going to do the same thing horizontally, connecting through these lines. I'm just filling in a couple of extra lines. because to me it looks a little bit